I'm not a doctor.
We all know that.
Which is surprising for many of you. But in my esteemed, albeit unqualified opinion, brains are weird.
They look weird, they act weird, truth.
If you want to make meaningful change in your life, you might try thinking about things a little bit differently. You got to.
It's a tried and true technique, and it's called Act As If. And we have the perfect guest to explain how it works. We're so happy to welcome back via Skype, if she's still here, if she put up with all of that, licensed psychologist Dr. Karin Ryan from Nystrom and Associates. Dr. Ryan, we love to hang out with you. This Act As If thing is really interesting, and it's not new. Tell us about your good friend Alfred Adler.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alfred Adler, an oldie but a goodie, for years, this technique is called Act As If, where individuals are encouraged to act as if they were the person they'd already like to be.
Oh.
Right? And so it's neat because it's this idea of trying things on.
But, you know, Dr. Ryan, some people might make an argument, say, you know, Alfred Adler, who discovered this or who came up with this, that's not really being your authentic self. How do
That's
you...
the pushback, yeah.
Yeah, how do you kind of reconcile that you're going to act as if you're something that you're not, and that's a good thing?
Yeah, and I think it's recognizing that it's coming from a self-motivated focus where you are recognizing that you'd like to be different or feeling different or acting different in a situation. So it's not that you're trying to change yourself, it's you're hoping for better outcomes or a change in the way you're experiencing things.
And it's interesting because we are very willing to take negative thoughts about ourselves and act those out, and that feels authentic. And it feels crummy, but it feels authentic.
Yeah.
But when we try to do the positive, we give ourselves a hard time and say, maybe I'm being inauthentic.
Maybe I'm being fake, I'm not being... Okay, so let's get some examples of how you could actually use this and where you might want to use this concept in your life.
Absolutely, and I think it's going to tie in with your segment on Enneagram and personality, right? It's coming up here. So if you're typically a shy person, but you would like to be more assertive in a dating relationship, you might think, okay, what would I do if I was confident in dating? I would call the person. I'm going to call him and invite him over, right? Or you're finding that you're wanting more intimacy in your marriage, and you're not a romantic person, but you recognize adding romance would be helpful. You would think, what would that look like? What would I do if I was a romantic? I'm going to act as if I am on Friday night. Or you have a big negotiation coming up with your salary of your boss, and you typically don't like conflict, you avoid it, but you think it would really benefit me if I was confident in this situation. What would it look like if I was? I'm going to act as if. I'm going to practice it out in the mirror or with a loved one, so when I walk into that meeting, I can make that happen.
Okay, this is really
now,
interesting.
Is there truth to the concept that, and I think 7 Habits of Highly Effective People comes to mind. I think it's where I learned about this, that feelings, we always want the feeling to precede the action. Lousy way to live. If you do that, your whole life is going to suck. Educated opinion. However, if you act first and do these things like you're talking about, over time, will that actually start to conjure up sort of organically the feelings that we're in search of?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you think if you are going to the grocery store and you feel really down and you don't have a lot of energy and you just kind of feel insecure and nervous with so many people, but you say, I'm going to act as if I feel confident, I feel calm, I feel like I have energy, and your eyes are up and you're looking people in the eye, you're saying good morning, people are going to respond to you differently, right? And they're going to give you more positive feedback, and then you're going to feel more energized. You're going to feel like it was a more positive experience, and then you can see how it builds, and it's that self-fulfilling prophecy in the best way.
It totally is.
And another skill is similar as fake it till you make it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's
so I don't
great.
really feel like smiling, but I smile. People smile back. My mood comes up.
Guess what?
What?
This morning, last night, Jackie Kane had posted something on Instagram, 5 Eyewitness News anchor Jackie Kane, and it was talking about smiling.
Oh.
And so it said, first thing in the morning, even if you don't feel like smiling, just smile. I did not feel like smiling this morning. I heard my kids doing something that was irritating me in the other room, and no kidding, in the kitchen alone, I smiled. And then I was like, I'm just gonna try this, whatever. And then I did, and then you sense like a little bit of a lift because there's something chemical that's happening in your body when you do it. So when it seems sort of foo-foo, not that a smile alone in a kitchen is gonna get you out of any internal jam, but it's funny, when you do them, it actually starts to add up.
It really does. Yes, you're exactly right. And you kind of prove to yourself you can do those hard things, and it feels better. And so the creative idea of acting as if too gets you outside of the box and gets you out of that mindset of like, well, I could never do that, because you're thinking, if I were acting, what would I do? And it's just that moment. It's not expecting yourself to always be happy, always be smiling, always be confident. I'm going to try it on in this moment.
Yes.
And that feels much more manageable.
And then you don't have that much pressure that this is the person you have to be. That's really great.
Exactly.
Dr. Ryan, it's so fun chatting with you.
Talk with
Listen,
you.
I don't know if you're at a coffee shop or where you are, or if you're in like a hotel bar, but it looks lovely wherever you are.
Where are you? Are you in your office? What's going on?
I'm actually in my home office.
Oh,
so I do a combo of telehealth and office work. So, yeah.
Wow, I need you to come over and do some work on my bedroom closet because I'm trying to broadcast from there and it doesn't look like that. Dr. Ryan, thanks so much.
Thanks, Dr.
Nystrom
Ryan.
and Associates provides care in the fields of psychiatry, psychology, family therapy, and a whole lot more. And they've got 20 locations in the Twin Cities.
They work with couples, families, and individuals of all ages. And if you're struggling with stress, anxiety, depression, or addiction, listen, there's no shame in that game. Just reach out to them today because you get folks like Dr. Ryan who are incredible.